Long time no see. The last episode we did, it was just
Audio.
recording, like audio recording. We didn't do video, so haven't seen us in a long time. A lot has happened, so sorry for the
Sorry
delay.
for the wait. Gang. We still love y'all. We just had some technical
Yeah, we
difficulties
still love
last week.
y'all.
But we still wanted to make sure we get it out. So check out the audio recording. If you're a YouTube watcher, check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, for last week's
SoundCloud is
episode.
up as well.
Exactly. So I am Blair, also known as Miss Legendaire.
I'm Alana, also known as Alana Ane. Alana Ane across all social media
Yes,
handles.
ma'am, and welcome to Oh My God Girl, Guess What podcast. We are
Yes,
we're on
welcome.
episode 9. And we have a lot of exciting news. Like, oh my God, y'all, guess what? Like,
Yeah, literally, this is the oh my god, girl, guess what type
this
of
is the oh
moment.
my.
So that this is what the platform was created for. So I'm happy to be having this conversation today.
Okay, so oh my God, y'all, guess what? We are officially Airbnb hosts.
Yes,
Round of applause.
so excited. Shout out to us. We did that.
Period.
We did that.
So we wanted to talk
We
on
did
this
that.
episode about like all that went into this because we get DMs like, so we interested in getting into Airbnb, and like we only really show like the fun parts, like us traveling, us,
Yeah.
it decorated. When I say this was I told myself I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop using the S word, stress, because stress is such a killer. I want to remove it from my vocabulary.
It was tedious.
It was tedious, and I'm just gonna, my new phrase to replace stress is the situation caused me to build strength that I didn't know I had. So that's a mental,
Definitely.
physical, emotional, like
Definitely.
all of that. So like we want to give y'all like a story time about like how we got started. So you want to kick it off? Like Alana initiated this.
Yeah. Yeah, I can kick it off. I think honestly it was just like a thought. Like I had told Blair, like, yeah, cause my dad is a real estate agent, and I've always seen like homes. Me and Blair always send each other pictures of houses.
We love houses.
We love houses. We love a nice, clean look. We love cute homes. We love nice interior. We love granite countertops, all of that, and we just be eating them pictures up that we see on the internet. So I told her, I was like, Blair, I think I would want to do like, Airbnb
And
one day.
like,
I was like, I really want to get into Airbnb investing. Yeah, she like,
girl, we can't buy no house.
Y'all do that. Right. She's like, I'm gonna let you do that, and then I'm gonna come in on the back end because I can't buy no house right now. And I'm like, at the time, I was like, all right, Blair, because I didn't even think about it, and then I just did some more research, which I already knew, like people were doing it out of condos or apartments, but it just didn't click at the moment. So I was just doing some research. I was looking. I'm like, Blair, you know that we could just get an apartment and
rent it out,
list it for Airbnb. Like it's nothing. Not that it's not nothing, but it's a very that part
right.
is simple.
We don't necessarily
right?
have to own a home. Get approved. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So we didn't have to own a big home. And there's still like some condos and stuff that you can own, but you don't have to start off super big with a 3-story foot home or anything. Like literally, you could just get a nice 1 to 2 bedroom apartment. And then, once we figured out that was like, okay, this can be done, it was smooth sailing from there.
It was smooth sailing.
Like, okay, this is something that can be done. Yeah. Like sooner than later. Like we need to didn't cost that much this. And we like, okay, what
to invest into? So, and I like, exactly. This is what I'm willing to spend. I'm willing to spend this much. Yeah. So with that being said, I think we need to bring in a third person. So then we were thinking about like, who could our third person be? And my lawyer cousin Heaven, she's not a lawyer yet, but she's on her way to law school. Yes. So I keep saying that. Right. So my lawyer cousin Heaven, we know that she's moving and she's gonna need she's about to start law school, so she's not gonna be able to work. So she was gonna need some flexible, like passive income, and I knew that she would probably have it to invest also. So I'm like, let's ask Heaven, and so then we asked her. She's like, yeah, like I'm down.
She loved it too. She loved the idea. She's like, yeah, absolutely. And she does all of our paperwork and stuff. So it's like, it works out because we all bring something different to the table. That's needed.
All you different, unique.
Me trying to read through, I've learned to like read through paperwork and like pay attention to like details, but it's still annoying, and I just prefer not to even.
But it's a part of business. But it's really like, who wants to sit here and read through all of this right now?
Not when it's a lot of like contracts are long. Like
and they just be
contracts
they
are
find
super
an
long.
overcomplicated way to say simple things.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. And it's like, okay, what is this telling me? Can you read this to me like I'm a 5-year-old,
yes,
please? And so I just remember when we first started talking about, okay, this Airbnb idea, we're like, okay, where can we do it at? Chicago was like the first
Chicago.
thing that came to mind because I'm super close. I'm like a few states over, and then
We both live here.
Chicago's like the perfect place because you and Heaven are there. So it's like, and we have, obviously your family is there. I'm very close with them. It's like we obviously have help if need be. So that was like a thing. So we were looking at
our first step
apartments in
was looking at
Chicago.
apartments in Chicago. That's where we started at. And then I realized that I wanted to move. Heaven got accepted into law school in DC. So we were like, we don't know if Chicago is the best place right now. Also, our friend Naeem, shout out to him. We're also going to talk about the power of networking. Naeem was like a mentor for us through this whole process. I just love him. He's the best. So Naeem has some properties in Chicago, like duplexes that he rents out. But he also has a couple Airbnbs in Chicago, as well as Dallas, Texas. And he was also telling us how in Chicago there's so much extra licensing and fees that come with it. And he was just like, look at somewhere else. Like, like literally look at somewhere else. And also knowing what you're about to move. I'm planning to move to Atlanta, so it's just like, look at somewhere else. So,
and it's like, I don't even know why when it came to Atlanta, it was like, I don't even know why we didn't think of Atlanta in the first place. Like I, obviously was there for 4 years. You spent a year there. We have a network there. And we know that people travel.
Atlanta never closed. When you think about this, it's like a no-brainer. Atlanta doesn't close. I mean, even in Chicago, there will be slow months. Like in the wintertime, I'm sure Airbnbs aren't as booked up as the summertime. But in Atlanta, people are traveling to Atlanta all year round. And it never closed. When you think about like COVID.
It's always something going on. Like in Atlanta, it's always something going on. Like whether people want to go to the club, whether it's a big event, whether it's just like a quick little family trip, quick little getaway. Like Atlanta is always a place you're like, oh, I just want to get away real quick. Let's go to Atlanta. Especially for younger people.
So we like, that's kind of a no-brainer. So then once we switched our thought process, like, okay, Atlanta, then we started figuring out ways, how can we do this without physically being there? And
that was like the hardest thing to think through.
It was kind of scary to think through too, but again, your network.
It worked out. The network just kind of, and I think I just want to like, when it comes to starting something, it's like, just get it started, lay down the tracks, and if you're in alignment, like everything is going to fall in place. Like you don't even know how you're going to get it done. But when you're in alignment, it's going to get done. Like when you have a team, it's going to get done.
Doing something like this with a team, I think was very, very helpful. Doing this by myself, I probably would have been scared shitless. Like, because we had our balance. I feel like Heaven's always been neutral. Like, it's good, guys. It's good. Me and Alana were like stressed at different points. Like, to get started, I had to push the group to get started. Like, y'all, let's go look at apartments. Y'all, let's go. Like, let's do it, right? But once we got the apartment, I was just like, yo, what the fuck are we doing? Like, how do we get here?
I'm like, listen, we already signed this lease. It's no turning back. Like, we have to make this work. Like, by any means, like, we literally have to make this work. I'm like, we know people in Atlanta. We gonna figure it out. Because we are like, it's no turning back.
Right. So we did that. So when we traveled to Atlanta, we made that little Instagram like vlog reel type of thing. People thought that we were gonna be food.
They thought we were gonna have like a food blog and be food enthusiasts.
Although yes, we do love food, but like no, that wasn't it. And people also said. Somebody did guess Airbnb. We like, y'all in our fucking business.
Somebody guessed Airbnb. Somebody guessed opening a restaurant. And then somebody else said,
which is not off. We could be opening a restaurant.
Yeah. People said real estate too. So they were kind of, some people were on the money. Some
a little off.
Were a little off.
So yeah. So.
But when somebody said Airbnb, I hadn't said anything to that person. Like I know the person, but I don't know them personally to talk to them all the time.
Like, girl, how you in our business?
I'm like, how you know that?
So Okay, so then we went to Atlanta. We went to go. We toured a lot of different apartments. And we had to.
Blair was stressing me out.
No, I had the full day book. I mean, as soon as we got off the plane, if we landed at 11:30, our first tour was at 12:30. Second one, 2. Third one, 3:30. Fourth one, like we went to all the. I said, Alana, let's just get it all done in one day, so that way. Because we were there like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? That way, okay, we go look on Friday. That means Saturday we can figure out where we want to stay at, which one we pick, and submit our application Saturday, and we can kick it. Like, let's just get it all done in one day. So it was an extreme sport since the time we got off the plane.
It definitely was an extreme sport. And she had a nerve to talk about she wanted to take a nap. I'm like, girl, you got me doing all this. We're not taking naps. Like, no.
Yeah.
We're not.
We didn't get to take any naps. But
no.
We found an apartment that we love. It worked out.
It's in a perfect area too. It's in Midtown Atlanta for anybody who's wondering, like, okay, what area is it? It's in Midtown. It's close to Topgolf. It's close to Georgia State.
Lots of restaurants, shopping centers, like nearby, driving distance.
It's in a nice central area in Atlanta where you can quickly get to and from anything without the traffic. Like I said, without the traffic, because
Atlanta traffic is ridiculous.
Atlanta traffic.
And it's kind of like private. It's like it feels very like getaway, like because you're kind of like in the cut. Yeah. You're not really like on main busy streets. You're kind of like ducked off. So it's cool. So we found the perfect place. We're like, babe, we're applying here. Cool. So let me tell y'all. So then it was about going to get the key and signing the lease. So it's like we could have picked 2 dates. So like the date that they said that we had to come pick up the key was like a week before I was graduating. It was like in the middle of the week, like a Thursday. But if we waited till it was a lot going on, right? Everybody was busy. So, but if we would have waited like another week until everything slowed down, then the rent price would have went up like $200. We was on a budget. So we was like, no, we're going to have to make this work.
Like, no, we need to get this done
now. Literally. So I had to fly to Atlanta for one day to get the keys, sign the lease, do the inspection, etc. So we could secure that low rent rate. So it's just about like, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? You know, I had a lot going on. I had doing final photo shoots for class the day before, go to Atlanta. Then the next day I had to get up and do a critique. Like, it was just like a lot.
And it was like a lot too. Cause like,
this is my first apartment. Like, I don't even have an apartment of my own yet. Yeah. And I am in Atlanta getting there. So I don't know what to look for, like when it comes to inspection. So our friend Marquise live in Atlanta. Shout out to Marquise. He's in the Jones house.
Yeah, shout out to Marquise.
He's in the Jones house family. And Jones house is the name of our business, obviously. And so Marquise, he used to work for an apartment complex. And so he was able to come over and help me inspect the apartment to make sure everything was right. Pointing out things I wouldn't have noticed, like the blinds was broke. I wouldn't even pull the blinds down. I wasn't thinking about the blinds. You get what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I wasn't even thinking about it. So he was able to like make sure you take note of this. Make sure you write down everything because anything that's not listed when you move out, they're gonna charge you for that. And I'm like, shit. Okay, cool. Yeah. So he helped me inspect the place. Yeah. You know, down, etc., and it was cool. So that was that. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Marquise. Like he's been so helpful throughout the entire process of like us being in Atlanta on the ground. Shout out to him, the real
MVP. The real MVP.
You know, we gonna always look out for Marquise. He look
Period.
Out for us.
He do not play about us. He crazy. Anyways, he's nuts. He do not play about us. He crazy, and he think that all y'all got some fucking. He just be on y'all ass. So any shady bitches listening or watching, just know our brother is watching y'all. He know y'all hoes is weird, and he be telling us.
He swear we got haters, and like I just be like, you know what? If they don't say it to me, they
don't exist. So like okay.
If you are, then it's like all right. And if you hating, you know, we doing something right, and hopefully you're inspired by everything that we're doing.
Period.
Motivational purposes only, get y'all some money.
So, period. So then, okay, so boom, we got the key. We excited as hell. We like, yes, we got the key. So now we literally have 2 weeks. So got the key, and we had 2 weeks until it was time to move in. Now, y'all, me and Alana's plan for moving, I don't know what we thought. We were gonna just fly out there, rent a truck, and like, you know, go pick up all the stuff that we needed.
We were gonna get it done.
We just don't know how simple that process would have been. Our goal was to get all of our furniture.
It would have been harder than it was.
Yeah, like all of our furniture shipped to the apartment. We did get some furniture shipped to the apartment, but like, of course, when you're building a business, shit just goes left. Our bar stools from IKEA were fucking pushed back on back order to June 15th, and so we had to cancel that order. We ordered a couch off Facebook Marketplace. I get to Atlanta, the bitch says, I sold your couch. I literally talked to her.
Yeah, the lady like literally just sold the couch when Blair was literally talking to
like,
her.
Like, I'm gonna be here on this day. Like, girl, like, what? So she literally sold our couch. So only thing,
and we were like in love with it too. Like, that was the worst part about it. Cause like the couch
ended up working perfect. Like, yeah, ended up working perfectly. So we So everything, the only thing that were there when I got to Atlanta when it was time to move in was the bed and the dressers. Everything else had to be fucking bought when I got there type shit. So I'm like, all right, this is about to be an extreme sport. So, but prior to this, I was talking to my dad, and he's just like, well, like, what are y'all gonna do? I'm like, we're just gonna rent a car, like, and go pick up the stuff. He like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna help you guys.
He like, I gotta help y'all.
Shout out to my daddy.
Shout out to your dad.
That's why we need Black fathers.
If that wasn't God, I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was. And he just so happened to have that week off of work. Like, that was it just so happened he had that week off. Like,
yeah. Cause so like, we were gonna get it done. We didn't know how, and like, God was just trying to guide us through this process. But he was like, you know what, let me just step in and really, really help y'all because
we need it.
Like, we needed it.
So me and my dad got on the road with Champ, and we drove to Atlanta, and we drove in his truck, my mom's truck. We drove to Atlanta, and shit, we got it done. And when I say those 3 days tested me, I mean, it was hectic. We wasn't eating, we wasn't drinking water. Like, we didn't have time to stop and eat. It wasn't time for none of that. Food to go.
Blair could have had time, but Blair is used to fashion industry where it's like,
let's move fast because we got a deadline.
No time for
because anything. We had a deadline.
But this is like furniture. This is real furniture. Like, this is moving furniture, putting stuff together. She think it's just gonna be in the snap of a finger.
But I know it's not just gonna be in the snap of a finger. But because it's not gonna, it's gonna take time. And we still have a deadline. Like, we had to have the place fully decorated by Wednesday. We got there on Monday. Because we had the photo shoot Thursday. So the place needed to be fully decorated by Wednesday.
It was going to
get done, but only if I was the one keeping us on schedule. Had we been a little bit off, we wouldn't have made it. That's why we made it, because I kept us on task.
She had to keep her dad.
Yes, because he's country. He's slow. Like, my daddy from Chicago, but his roots are from down south, and he's a very take your time, go with the flow. Like, no, let's go. Pick up the pace. Let's go. So, yeah, he says that he's never working with us again because I didn't provide water.
Yeah, he said that he's canceling. He's canceling Jones House. He told me, he's like, I'm never working for this company again. Y'all don't appreciate me.
Like, he went in, but he'll be back. He'll be back for the next one. We're not taking it. We're taking it with a grain of salt. So yeah, in those 3 days, shit, I helped build a bed. Okay, that bed, you go stay in the Jones House bed. Please know I built that bed with my blood, sweat, and tears in the IKEA manual. I built the dressers. Okay, that's the only thing I built. The rest of the stuff, my daddy put together. Because the IKEA stuff was the hardest stuff to put together. Like the little TV stand we got from Walmart. Like, that was easy.
Yeah.
Also, we was able to really decorate on a budget. Don't think that you need a crazy amount of money to start or to decorate. Like, we
you really don't. When I spoke to, like, most people that I spoke to, their very first Airbnb property, they probably, if it was just like them or them and another person, they probably range from, I don't know, anywhere from what, like 4K,
4 to 6K
to 4 to 6K, maybe 8. It just
maybe 8.
on, like,
yeah.
where you are,
how many bedrooms?
Yeah, it just depends on where you are.
What you look at. You get what I'm saying?
And people ask me all the time too. It's like, okay, like, I'm getting an Airbnb. Where are some places you think I should go for, like, furniture? You don't have to shop at Rooms to Go or go to Wayfair.
Amazon,
super expensive
IKEA,
furniture.
Walmart.
Yeah, Amazon, Walmart,
Gee,
IKEA.
Walmart came in a clutch. Like, don't count Walmart out.
Walmart came in a clutch, especially in Atlanta because they have
it's college town.
Yeah, so, exactly. And then on top of that, we have like the at-home store. We have TJ Maxx, Home Goods, like stores like that.
Shout out to Big
Lots.
Yeah. Big Lots came through. Home Depot. Like, you gotta just be really creative. You get what I'm saying? You know, definitely. This is, you know, you want comfortable things, but you don't want to break the bank, especially for your first one. Right, exactly. And then you can always update it and remodel and redecorate once you get some, you know, some guests in there. So we did that, and then we had the photo shoot. We got to decorate it. We had a theme. Okay, so before we got to decorations, we had a mood board. So we kind of knew what vibe we wanted to go for with the place, how we wanted it to feel, etc. Like, we had the base furniture picked out, and then I kind of just like built off there. This is my first time doing any type of interior decorating like by myself, and
interior decorating.
I had so much fun. Like, I can't wait for our second one so we could talk about that and get that decorated. Like, I just want to go get the stuff. Like, building it. 0 out of 10 wouldn't make me. Going to shop at IKEA, like going to the places and picking out the decor, my fave.
Yeah, I don't. When I have furniture like sent to like my home, mind you, this was Airbnb, so it's like we're
not paying for budget.
But for my real stuff,
I'm paying for
whatever company is delivering it. They're building it too. I'm paying the extra. I don't care.
And it don't be that much. I think IKEA charged like $45-$50 to build. But when we got our stuff delivered from IKEA, we weren't there, so we weren't able to get the building. But we didn't need it. We had my daddy. Now, if my daddy wasn't there, it'd been me, you, and Marquise trying to figure out how to build that. Like, Lord Jesus.
And maybe some more people that we know.
All brains on deck.
All brains,
all hands on deck. So the photo shoot was cool. For me, somebody who do photo shoots like every, you know, a couple of times a month, I'm always dealing with a lot of people. Models, makeup artists, hairstylists, photographers. Make sure they're fed. Do this, that, and the third. Taking pictures of a house? Easy.
Yeah, super easy. All you gotta do is like move the stuff out the way. Don't be in the way. The shots are quick. Super wide.
If you're looking for a real estate photographer, what was the name? She was great and so professional.
Yeah, she was great. She was so professional. Her name is Crystal. In the Atlanta area.
If you need her, DM Alana.
Yeah, if you need her, DM me. But I'll also like drop some of the pictures on my page. I'm gonna drop the logo today on my story, and then I'm also gonna drop some of the pictures. And
tag her. She did such an amazing job, and it was so quick. I think it took like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes tops.
Got the pictures back next day,
and the pictures came out amazing. That's the other thing. Like, that was a tip that
from Naeem.
From one of her friends. Like, okay, if you're gonna have an Airbnb property, don't just take pictures with your phone. That's a little tacky. But the professional pictures is gonna make it stand out. Like, okay, this is like real.
And this is not.
And I think that definitely helped, because within like the first month, or not even the first month, but like the day that we posted it,
we got an inquiry.
I was watching the views. Yeah, I was watching the views. We got an inquiry, and then the next day it was like, okay, somebody wanted to book. It's like, all right, cool. Okay, and it's different too when you are going through the process of something and you want it to work. But like when you see
this working
and some results, it's like, all right.
Like today, so we've been back from there since we opened our bookings for June 1st. Like, so we didn't book nothing the month of May. We opened our bookings for June 1st, and to date we have 1 weekend left. So all of our weekends are almost booked up. Of course, we have like in the middle of the week, but the weekends, of course, are always gonna go first. We only got 1 weekend left, and we're not in June yet. It's still May. I said, so if this is how y'all feeling, it's gonna be.
This how they coming.
It's gonna be good.
It's about to be a good.
It's gonna be good, and we got a promo going on right now, like 20% off promo. Yeah. So y'all better slide in where y'all can slide in, because baby, we're getting booked up, and I love to see it.
I love to see it, and it's so cool too, because it's like, if I'm not available to speak to somebody in the app,
I'm always Alana. Me and Alana be on it. As soon as somebody messages us, Alana FaceTime me. I'm like, girl, I'm already texting back.
I'm like, okay, yep. Call her. Literally, when we got our first one, I was on the phone with my little brother, and I was like, oh my God, I just screamed in his ear. I know he was a little annoyed, but I'm like, I gotta call Blair. I called Blair.
Screaming.
I was just screaming in the phone, just screaming.
Like, y'all, look, we can't believe it. Like, it's crazy. Like, and Naeem told us, like, don't worry, y'all gonna get booked. Like, that shit, that's little
it's
shit.
Atlanta.
He like, that's little shit.
And that was the thing for me. Yeah, it was the thing for me. It was like, okay, this is Atlanta. Like, I know people come to Atlanta. And
it's like and on top of this, we make sure that our cleaning, because, okay, so also, let me tell you about the damn devil. The week we was moving in, Airbnb going viral, motherfuckers mad because the cleaning fees and the service fees out the roof,
like,
and Airbnb was starting to go down.
I'm like, Blair. I called Blair. I said, do you see them bashing Airbnb?
I was just having to ignore it. I wasn't even on Twitter.
Mind you, it's only Twitter.
But you know, Black Twitter got the power to really ruin some shit or
Black
up
Twitter
some
really
shit.
They do. But I think it's about the host though, right? So all that did for us is like it's further research. Like we listening to the people. It's further research. Like, okay, this is what y'all like. This is what y'all don't like. Here's what needs to go. Here's what can stay. So keep saying it.
We need that information. We need that. And so we made sure that we made reasonable cleaning fees, reasonable service fees. We made sure that those fees were reasonable and really just to cover those costs, not nothing extra or us trying to just pocket extra money. Because I think that's what happens a lot of the times.
Yeah, definitely. People get greedy. And like, you have to, especially with this being our first one, like, we really just starting small and we're going to build from there. Yeah. But you can't just be greedy and just charge excessive amounts for no reason, especially when what the product is and the quality does not reflect what the prices are. That's one thing that I know for sure. I'm a person, I don't have a problem paying for quality. Yeah. But when it's not quality,
they think they finessing $50 a night and then $150 cleaning, $200 service fee.
Yeah, like I rather see the booking per night fee be $150, and then the cleaning fee and the service fee be a little lower, as opposed to like thinking I'm getting $50 a night and it's like, okay, but hold on, this just end up costing me $600. Like, where do all these extra fees come in? And people just get greedy and think they want to trick people, but they want to see
people is on to y'all.
Like, okay, this is they on to y'all.
The people is on to y'all. They on y'all ass too.
Yeah, stop doing that.
They on y'all ass too. But yeah, it's just this exciting process. And we do, so a lot of people they want to invest into Airbnb with us specifically. People ask me, like, Blair, I want to invest with you. You can't just invest with me. You want to fuck with me? You got to fuck with my
people ask me that too. No. They're like,
let's do it. Us
like,
too.
Go in with me next. Excuse me, I have this is a business.
Company, so you got to fuck with the company.
This is not this is not okay, like Lana let me have Lana put some money in with me. This is not that. I'm Jones House. I ain't Lana. I'm Jones House. Exactly.
How do you make an H?
Absolutely not. I don't know. I don't think you're gonna be able to do it.
Do you kind of see? Okay, J, and then this the line for the H.
Now we throwing up gang signs for Jones House. gang.
Anyways, so gang. But yeah, so how that's gonna work. So we're gonna do a couple things as the company progresses. One thing is consulting, right? So if you want us to consult you through opening your own Airbnb, give you tips, kind of like a one-on-one class, we will offer something like that with, of course, a fee for us to consult you and kind of mentor you through that process to do it on your own. If you're interested in investing but don't know where to start and kind of don't have the time to do it, but you want to get some of this Airbnb bag, but you don't necessarily have the time to do it, you can go in with us, and of course we'll have you can invest with us into our company and we'll open you up a Jones House Airbnb. And with that, you'll be under our umbrella, under our wing, under our management. We'll get it decorated for you. We'll do all the back end work for you. All you have to do is sit and collect your percentage of the cut. So that we'll have more information about that, in a few months as we progress. You know what I'm saying? But that's also coming. So if you've been asking us, I want to invest with you, or can you tell me how? And we haven't gave you no information. Please don't think we're just being like dickheads. Yeah,
we're just trying to we're still figuring out ourselves.
Yes, one, we're still figuring out ourselves, but two, we want a system. We want a smooth system to be able to help people, and we want to give y'all clear packages, because it's enough room for everybody out there to eat. We're gonna give you free game on this podcast, on our social media platforms. But if we only want to, we don't want to share knowledge with people who aren't serious. And you gotta put your money where your mouth is. I'm sorry. Certain shit you gotta have to pay for. Knowledge.
You gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to play. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just want the free game.
They want all the free details, but we have to know how serious you are about getting into it, because what we're not gonna do is pour into something or pour into you for you to not even use our information. It's a waste of our time. We could have used that energy elsewhere to help somebody else, do what they want to do.
Actually interested in really trying to do
exactly.
It. Yeah, I agree. And there, I mean, like you said, there are people who don't know where to start, want an Airbnb, but don't necessarily have the time to run it themselves.
Because it is a process, and we have
that's something that we know.
We also have an employee. Like, we literally had to hire a property manager, right? So it's a lot to consider. It's like you're going into business, and there are ways we can make it easier for you. Like, look, I got my 4K. I just want to invest. I don't want to worry about this. I just want to get them back in money. All right, and have somewhere to stay whenever I visit Atlanta or whatever. We're also open to people in different cities. Say you're in a different city and you're like, I want to get started with Airbnb out there. We could talk about that, because you can help us invest.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that, because we want to expand. We don't only want to be like, of course we're gonna be in Atlanta. We're gonna have multiple in Atlanta, but we want to be in Houston.
We want to be in Chicago. We still want to be here. We want to actually have somebody.
We want to be in Miami.
Who I was talking to a dude who's actually a property manager already for an apartment complex out here. He was like, "Y'all want to open in Chicago? I can manage it. But He wants to invest money, but he also saying he can manage it. So I will talk about that. Okay. But I'm like, fuck it, we could do that. Like
I want one in Miami.
Yeah, we do know one in Miami.
You know me. I want one in Miami.
We come into all your major cities. Jones House Airbnb is coming to y'all very soon. But yeah, just be patient with us as far as like that aspect.
We don't have that's the thing too. We don't have a problem with sharing our knowledge. Like,
let me get them the Instagrams.
At all, so
some Instagrams you can follow. For one, okay, if you're interested about learning more, I would say for one, do your research. See, when I came
it's a lot of YouTube videos out there, like a ton of videos out there on YouTube.
And this is in general, like with any business. If you want help from somebody, you come in asking for specific questions. Don't ask, what can you give me? Ask specific questions to show your seriousness. Like to Naeem, my brother Naeem. I didn't even know he was in Airbnb. I knew that he had, I got to tell this story about how I ran into him that day. I was driving. I was doing Uber Eats. And so now the Airbnb conversation has been flowing between me and Alana. Now my friend Naeem, who's in real estate, I always talk to him about real estate. Like, we talk about credit with each other. Like, we always have these productive type of conversations. So I'm doing Uber Eats one day, and I get a fucking drop off at Naeem's house. So I'm like, Naeem, what's up? Like, I ain't seen you in so long. Woo, woo. He like, so what y'all got going on? Well, like, me and Alana getting into Airbnb. He like, what? I just got my second one in Dallas. I'm about to come out here. I'm like, never. So now I know, like, a person who's already in it. So it's not like we seen him do it and I'm like, oh, I want to do it too. Exactly. It was already en route, right? So then as we began to research, he began to answer very specific questions that we had. How did you go about this? How did you go about that? I didn't just say, like, what, tell me it all. Give me the tea. I'm just like,
tell me it all. Like, we were already doing research. Like, we had very specific questions as to how to run the Airbnb, different apps for cleaning, whatever. Like, you have to have very specific questions, because when people are more willing to help you when they notice that you already did your own research, and that shows that you're really interested. Because if you're just asking people questions that you can find out online, it's like you could have literally Googled that.
Don't waste my time.
Like, okay, how do I get started with Airbnb?
Go on YouTube. How do I get started at Airbnb? YouTube.
Yeah, or you could just literally look on the Airbnb app and it says start listing your property. So it's like,
read.
Did you read, or did you even really try, or are you just like
looking for a handout?
Trying to,
or just trying to be in our business. Marquise said y'all hoes just trying to be in our business. Marquise make us paranoid. He make me paranoid.
It come with the territory. I'm not even worried about it no more. I don't care. It comes with the territory. I mean, we don't have a problem sharing our knowledge. It is what it is. And even with us sharing, certain things that we got going on, there's still an art to privacy.
Period. So let me give y'all some Instagram. So for one, I would say look on YouTube, like how to get started. Just how do I get into Airbnb? How to scale my Airbnb? different questions like that. Then the second thing, 2 Instagrams to follow is called 4K Pathway to Success. 4K Pathway to Success. That's all in one title.
Tell them a little bit about like what they do.
So 4K Pathway to Success, they give a lot of different tips about how to get into Airbnb and Turo, which is another great way to have passive income. I'm gonna say it off.
I have a friend, AD. AD is doing Turo, and he's going crazy in Atlanta right now. Shout out to AD. He has Turo. He just got 3 properties with Airbnb. He called me the other day, like trying to figure out
how things are going.
Different things. Yeah.
HB. I'm gonna say HB. When I say HB, do you know what the acronym means? No. Okay, fuck. One of my little friends told me that they about to get into Turo, and it's just cute. I'm in Turo. He's in Turo. He's in Turo. I'm in Airbnb. That's cute.
Who is HB?
Use your fucking context clues. Okay, so.
Oh, okay. All right. I got it. I was trying to put together a name, not the Okay.
So woo. Anyway, so 4K Pathway to Success. They talk about Airbnb. They talk about Turo. They give a lot of free gems. They give you numbers. They give you analytics. They have YouTube videos. But you can also, if you're ready to start now, you're ready to pay for a class now. They also have programs that you can invest into now, like. You could pay for their classes now. You don't have to wait for us. You know what I'm saying? We would love for you to wait for us, but if y'all ready to eat, then eat. Shit, I ain't gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the second person you should follow is Alexia Wright. So _ALEXIA Wright. WRIGHT. I like her.
I really like Alexia.
Yeah.
She gives a lot of good free game, and just like when it comes to interior decorating and the customer experience, and like
she posts a lot on her story.
Airbnb. She does a really good job, and she has a team, and she shows like when she allows like a guest to have like some type of small intimate party, and it's like super dirty in there, not super dirty, but it's like trash and stuff, bottles and everything like that. She gives like the before and after and the turnaround time.
And she shows everybody in there. Like if a couch leg broke, you see her. It looked like her daddy or her uncle. Somebody screwing in the couch leg or whatever with the drills.
Yeah, I like her page a lot because she shows the good parts, but she also shows like the parts that are not so good and maybe stressful. But it's just. She shows that it's the cost of business. It's the cost of business.
And she shows different ways to make your place like really personable. And then on top of that, I like that she's young. And in her bio, she says, she is a super host for most of her properties, which is important. And then she has like 25 plus properties. So
yeah, I was gonna say she has a lot of properties.
And she is in Atlanta, and she also does Sprinter rental. She also has a Sprinter business. So she's in her bag. This is in her bag. And just follow her. I just love boss women. Cute boss women. That'd be important. I'm vain as fuck, but you a boss and you a bad bitch. I love you. Like, I'm rooting for you all the time. You get what I'm saying? So
seriously.
Those are some Instagram pages you can follow. Also tune in with my brother Naeem. He don't post nothing, but he do every now and then. You might catch him post his property, but he's also somebody that has more skin in the game.
And I also had a friend in Atlanta who I went to Clark Atlanta with. Him and his friend have an Airbnb in Atlanta, so it was like helpful.
And he gave us the cleaning. He gave us the real estate photographer.
Yeah, that's a different person. He's actually a realtor.
Oh, okay.
Nazir is actually a realtor in Atlanta. Shout out to Nazir. He's the one who gave us the real estate photographer. And then Wendell is the one, he has an Airbnb with his friend. And so he was telling us about different things that we might run into with Atlanta or different properties and the cleaning. But did he give us the cleaning app or was that Naeem?
Naeem gave us the app,
Wendell was a ton of help too. And so
I think this just stresses the importance that it literally takes a village to raise anything. Like the quote is, it takes a village to raise a child. Right?
But Jones House.
Yeah, like it takes a village. A business is a baby. You get what I'm saying? It grows. You have to nurture it. You have to teach it things. It teaches you things, and it takes a village. And your network is really your network. We wouldn't have been able to do this without the people in our immediate circle who are also thinking outside the box. Like if your friends aren't talking about new ways to get money, if your friends are not talking about new ways to advance themselves spiritually, mentally, physically, if they're not talking about healing, if they're not talking about things that push you towards up and up, if the base of y'all conversation is gossip and talking about the next group, you need to get some new friends. And really, it's so important to network across. I think a lot of times people want to, and I stress this because I am like network across times a million. Building my brand up, I literally networked across. Who wants to work with me?
Across, because 9 times out of 10, you're not even gonna get to the person that's like above you. Like you might sometimes, but for the most part, it takes a while. And the people who are next to you are gonna be the people who help you and who you can directly like reach out to, and y'all can help each other get to where y'all want to go. But people be so focused on, I want to meet this person, I want this person to get this or see this or post it.
Get like, your friends to post it first.
How can they?
They need to see.
Yeah, how can they see it if you're not networking across? It's gonna take people who literally are surrounded by you to support it, and that person to even see it.
And so I like to use the example with me meeting Kelsey Ashley, celebrity stylist. Yeah. I had spent last year, 2 years ago, years networking across, right? Photo shoots. I hadn't paid a photographer this whole year as I'm making couture garments. I found a photographer. Shout out to Ricky. And Sarah, who was a avant-garde hairstylist, and Jamiria, who was a makeup artist, right? I found this team of people like naturally, organically. And we began to do a series of conceptual photo shoots, right? This was before Legendary switched over, like I rebranded. So those who've been around for a long time, right, you've seen that old content. And so that content got me recognition to go to New York Fashion Week. This content that I made from networking across through finding people who are just as hungry to advance in the fashion industry in their respective fields come together to make this content. So that got me New York Fashion Week. From there, I used that content, and Alana, again, networking across, made me a magazine. I got it printed at my school. Yeah. And I took 15 magazine copies with me to New York Fashion Week.
I can't wait to make another one. That was actually
fun. I actually have an idea. Like, we're going to talk about that. The magazines are coming back. I want the magazines to come back in a more serious way, though. So got those books printed out. So now I'm passing it out to important people I meet. So not only are they getting my contact, but they're getting the contact of the photographer, hairstylist, makeup artist, model, everybody that was involved. Okay, cool. Making this content. We're consistently making content together, consistently linking up. I mean, once a month, we're doing something because we're all eager and hungry to make this thing pop. They see my vision. I see their vision. They want to make the vision come to life. So building all this up, making all this content until it's time for me to go to LA to that fashion retreat. Get to the fashion retreat. I'm making so much content and posting it on Instagram. It's reaching. My name is in room that my feet have not entered yet. I go up to Kelsey just to tell her I love her.
We love
you get what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all, though, Kelsey is such a beautiful, sweet, amazing angel. So I go up to her and I'm just like, everybody, you know, they just want to hug her and take a picture. Like, nah, girl, I want to talk to you. Like, I want to know. So I let everybody go. Everybody who wanted to take their picture, I just...
You like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all wait y'all turn. I'm gonna sit in the background a little bit.
I sat in the background, mingled with other people. I was able to meet Sasha, who owned the Vol by Sasha boutique. Also a sweet, amazing lady. Like, when I get her age, I want to be just as fine and all my shit as her. Anyways, so I waited to the very end. Everybody talked, and I'm like, okay, boom, this is my turn. So I didn't even take a picture with her. Didn't even care about the picture. So I gave her a hug, and I'm just like, you are so beautiful. She's like, you are so beautiful. We just had a Libra moment. And then was talking to her like, look, my name is Blair. I own a store, Legendary by Blair. I'm a designer. Woo, woo. She's like, what's your name? Let me see your Instagram. So I show her all the work that I got from networking across, not paying $1,000 for, you know, the best photographers in Chicago. I'm using my homies. I'm using people just as eager, same following as me. You get what I'm saying? So I've seen this work. Yep. I have it saved on my page. She's like, I really want this fur girl. Text me. Gave me her personal number. I'm like, oh shit. I said all that.
She already knew. She already seen it and knew what she wanted. She's like, I want that. So I'm like, girl, it's yours. You got it. No problem. Saying all this to say, if I didn't network across, I wouldn't have even had content to show Kelsey
You know what I'm saying? You can't just say, like, what I'm just carry around this picture of the fur that I took on my iPhone and be like, oh, do you like this? Like, no, without that, you can't go up if you don't go across. You got to go across to go up. Moral of the story. You got to get across to go up. And then that raised me to a new level. That raised the bar, right? Then I got to Lyra. You know what I'm saying? It continues to grow, but still I work with people here. I still making my content with people here so that it can reach there. So then I could pull you up. Like in my package, in the packages that I sent to Kelsey and I sent Lyra, I put lashes from Deja in there and I put perfume oils from Sashi in there. Do you know that Kelsey came back and bought 10 oils from Sashi?
Yeah, I remember
10 oils. Like, what's the girl? She like, girl, this shit smells so good. I need 10 so I could just stay in stock. So she could stay stocked and not have to worry about it. You get what I'm saying? So she literally bought 10 oils. Like, you just never know.
You never know. You never know. And that's why you got to continue, like, networking across, continue the content, continue doing what you've been doing, and your name is going to be in rooms that you...
And if you feel like the people in your circle you can't really network with, if you feel like the people in your circle you can't really build anything with, then I think you need to reevaluate your immediate circle or get you a new circle, like an additional one. Because you got different friends for different shit.
Yeah. You got different friends for different things. Like, it's not to say that you can't, because somebody told me or asked me the other day, like, you know, how I feel like I have a friend who, you know, I want certain things for them. They don't want it for themselves. And it's just like, I don't think that you can't be friends with that person. Like, but it comes to a point where it's like, okay, you see something in them, but you can't want it more than them. And even though you want to build with them, it's like, okay, you have to find people who are on the same things. It's just not saying that you can't be friends with that person. Maybe you can go out with that person. Maybe you can talk to that person on the phone and they're still going to always be a friend. But if that's not the person who is someone who you can build,
who's going to that next level with you.
Yeah, it's like you have to, and like I said, it's not to say that you can't be friends with those people still, but you do have different friends for different things. In college, I had to learn that. I remember calling my friend Chris, and I was just like very upset because I'm like, the people that I am surrounding myself with just aren't doing it for me. And it wasn't the fact that they weren't friends. It was just like, okay, here's what I want for my life. And I think I was so used to having somebody like Blair around who's like-minded.
I'm one of a kind.
I didn't even tell Blair that.
I tried to tell her that earlier. She would never find enough for me ever
in
her life.
Shut up. And vice versa. But okay, so like Blair left after freshman year. And so sophomore year, I ended up having this conversation with Chris, and it was like very hard for me. I never even told Blair the story, so it's coming out now. But I was just so like frustrated because I was used to having a friend like you around who is like-minded, and like, you know, we constantly bounce ideas off each other or did things, you know, for each other creatively, and just like talked about what we wanted to do and where we wanted to be at in life. But still had a very good friendship where we would still talk about, you know, our issues or what, you know, whatever was going on. So I ended up telling Chris, like, I'm very frustrated. The people I'm surrounding myself with, or the people that I'm here with, just aren't doing it for me.
They lame.
And he's like, you got to learn how to. Not they lame, but they just weren't, you know, they just weren't on the same type of things that I was on, and like didn't have the same type of mindset as me. I mean, I've always been, even though I've always been the youngest in the group, a lot of times I'm so
happy
like,
to find you the youngest, because I've always was the youngest.
But I've always had like a very mature mindset, and just like a lot of things that might move, a lot of people just don't move. Like, I just be thinking different. So I told Chris, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? And he was the first one to tell me, like, you have to compartmentalize your friends. Like, you have friends that you will go out to eat with or like turn up with. You have friends that you're gonna talk about business with. You have friends that you're gonna study with. You have those friends that you only do like homework and just study, and but you don't hang out with them outside of class or go out with them and pop out with them. And he was like, you know, and for me, it's always been a struggle. It's like, I want all of that in one. If I have a friend, I want them to do it all with me, but not everybody can do that. So it's like, you got to learn how to compartmentalize. And I think finding, you know, a friendship like we have, it's like, it's literally, it doesn't.
That's because you really only need me for all those things. Like, the other people just bring extra. Like, I'm your one friend that's going to provide all those things, but like, your other friends are going to provide different things to add on to what I provide.
My parents are gonna hear, specifically my dad. My dad is gonna hear this and he gonna be like,
Blair's crazy.
Blair's crazy. Every time I say like, oh, I'm going out with my friend, he like, I'm telling Blair, like, he know you's crazy.
But that is the truth. Like, their friends are great. Yes, you know what I'm saying. You need them because I'm not always here, so you're gonna need other people. You get what I'm saying? Like, you need to balance it out, just so we don't become like obsessed with each other. You know, we need other people.
I feel like we'll never become obsessed. Like, we'll never just become like obsessed with each other. And it's not even that I just like. You are crazy. Like, I'm not even.
Y'all don't pay me no attention. Don't pay me no attention.
Like, please, I'm not. We have different friends for different things. Like, that's just that. Like, but you're not even my friend.
We sisters.
What? Yeah,
sisters.
So like, whatever.
Sisters, all of that.
Exactly. So there's
she only
that.
has one sister. If you call her parents today, it's like,
that's not true though.
Okay, she has 2. Alright.
Exactly.
2.
Look at her face when she said that.
Alright, 2.
Oh my gosh.
The rest of y'all is fake.
That.
Y'all not fake. It's y'all are not fake. The sistership is not like sibling. You're like sis, not sister.
Blair is gonna be the reason I lose all of my
friends.
If
you lose your friends and I'm talking about all the shit, they skin not even thick enough to kick it.
My friends are my sisters, girl. Like, stop. I'm done with Blair. If I lose all of my friends, it's Blair's fault because she on here telling people they're not my sisters.
I mean, if they listen to me, then they crazy. That just shows you my influence. And that just shows you maybe they're too weak-minded to even be your friend.
I don't think they care.
They don't care. If they really take me serious, then that's on them.
I mean, they know we sisters, so it's like they know. Like, anybody who knows us know, like, how much we locked in. So it's like they don't. If they get mad, that's just weird.
Don't be weird. Like, but I'm gonna. But please know, I'm just like literally always gonna talk shit because that's just how I am. So I still love y'all though. Your friends is cool. I fuck with them.
Yeah, I know you fuck with my friends. I fuck with your friends.
You had to wean the fake bitches out.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about them.
I told you the bitches was fake. Anyways,
I told you. Did I not tell you?
You did tell me.
You know, I feel like you know when I don't like certain people.
You
like you know that. You know that because I'm pleasant, but like I just
you be like
you have those friends that you know. You have those friends that you brought me around that I have never talked to. I just left it at high and by, literally. And you know what? We gotta go. You already know which ones they are. Like if I like somebody, I'm going. You know they know. If I don't, they barely get anything from me. But that's just me in general. Like that's just how I am as a person. If I don't like your energy, you don't get anything.
Big
from
weirdo vibe.
You gonna. It's literally one extreme to the next. Either I fuck with you and you know I fuck with you, or I don't
like
fuck with you. Yeah, it's not even that I don't like you. I don't have the energy to not like anybody. I don't like your energy. I don't want you in my space. I don't want you in my sis space.
Go away.
I don't like your energy, and I don't know what you're doing. Like I don't. What are you doing? What's your intentions?
People intentions be screwed up. You gotta watch your people intentions. Like I think. For me, I had to pay attention today. Like, people weird, people plot, people really be trying to, like, get tea on me.
Blair tried to tell me, Blair had some issues with her friend.
It's the hand. It's the hand.
She tried to call me on the phone. Alana, if you turn weird. I almost hung up the damn
Like, you
phone.
better not be on no weird shit, because these bitches be weird. People have literally tried
what does that to do with me?
Tried to get tea about my business structure to give to their friend who also owns a business. Like, that's like the weirdest shit. Like, weird. And blatantly asked me, like, can I come watch you for a day? To see how you operate.
And I want people to stop asking me questions about Blair's business.
That's weird as hell. Alana's not gonna tell you nothing. Yeah.
I don't have the answers. Like some answers I do have, but I'm not ever gonna just be like, yeah, like I'm just not.
Look
like,
at my face. That just made me
ask
mad.
her. And it's like, y'all, if you know me, if you were really like my friend, you have access to Blair. Like,
if you her real friend,
yeah, I probably talk. That's what I'm saying. If you my real friend, 9 times out of 10, you have access to Blair to ask her anything you want to ask her about.
Just make sure it's specific. Don't ask me no general shit. You're gonna get a general answer.
Yeah, if it's anything you're interested in, like y'all, like my friends are y'all friends. Like this is a network of people, so it's like
that's even weirder because
I be asking Blair questions, so it's like from my own shit. So it's like,
and why it's weird because it's like you want to know information, but you don't even want to support me genuinely. Like in your heart, you can't because even the dude who was trying to get information for his other friend. I don't even know that you're watching me because you don't even follow me. Not on my personal page, not on my business page. You don't compliment me. You don't show gratitude and love. You like what I'm doing, but you're going to try to send somebody to infiltrate and get information.
And that's why I don't like certain people who have asked me things about your business. Or I remember even when you did like the New York Fashion Week stuff, they knew I was working on stuff for you, just like posting like little snippets of whatever I was working on. Like they were asking, I'm like, you have never even,
you don't even follow me. Get to know.
You don't follow her. You've never like purchasing. And I know Legendary, like the boutique wasn't up, but it's like you still never like reposted anything. You like what? You barely even like what? Like why
are you here?
Yeah, why are you here asking me questions? Why do you care about what she got going on? It just be weird. I just be ignoring shit though. Honestly, like when people be asking me questions, I am master. I'm literally the master at like ignoring questions and literally turning it to something else.
I just will not respond
all the time. I just be like,
or if I know you on some weird shit and you ask me a question, I'm sending you off. So if you're not genuine, don't even ask me no shit because I'm probably gonna send you off. Because I can peep.
Oh, do you know where to find like these sources from? Oh, you could just purchase pieces off Amazon. Purchase pieces on Amazon.
Do that.
Like eBay. Go to Alibaba. Go to Alibaba. Where can I find a good manufacturer? Go to Alibaba.
Ask them. They be like,
go to Alibaba.
Cause bitch,
go find a WhatsApp.
They never said nothing to me. Ain't bought shit. Ain't never.
But okay. You can find some quality stuff on Alibaba. It's probably gonna be hard.
Yeah, Alibaba got good shit. Literally and Amazon is not bad, depending on what you're using it for.
It's not bad.
Like I don't think you should buy pieces on Amazon and flip them to try to open a boutique. That's not what I'm saying. I think you should do. But if you're a designer and need bases, look at Amazon. If you're a designer and you will understand what I just said. If you wanna.
A lot of people don't even want to be designers though. They just want like the manufacturer.
Yeah, they want the manufacturers, which is a cost. And you need to study if you're interested in design, and you need to study terminology and stuff like that. And know, like you don't necessarily have to be a fashion designer. Like know the skills in order to get clothes manufactured, but you need to understand the terminology, or them Asians gonna be finessing your ass.
Surely,
they gonna be finessing you.
What's that?
What?
Right
Look about what's that?
What's going on? What's going on?
No, for real. But all in all, the major lessons of this are, for one,
this is a fun conversation. I think we should do Saturday mornings.
Yeah, this is cool. I feel less stressed.
This is cool. Yeah, same. During the week, I be
scrambling. For one, diversify your income. I seen this post and it was like, I seen a couple posts that I want to point on today that I meant to bring up. I seen this post and it was like, we not showing you we got money. We showing you what money can do.
What money can do. Yes, what money can do. We not showing, and that's the thing too, is like, we have nice things. We don't have to show it off, but we showing the things that we are doing with money to generate more money. Like, money buys you access. I always tell people this. If you are smart, what money doesn't buy you material. It can buy you material things, but what money really does, if you really look at the grand scheme of things, even when it comes to material, it buys you access. Yes. So whether it buys you access to buy Louis Vuitton, whether it buys you access to see the rest of the world, whether it buys you access to have experiences like concerts or be on a private jet or be at exclusive events, money buys you access, and money can also provide you access
money
to get more money. Investing. So it's like when you really look at the grand scheme,
that's the stage of life I'm in right now. All my money has to provide me more access to more money right now. I ain't got no money to spend on nothing that's bringing more money in. I just don't. Like, buying anything. I just bought me some sandals the other day. I kind of felt bad about it. I mean, I so deserve sandals. Like, it's gonna be summer. Yeah. But I just was like, ooh, like,
Yeah, that's how
Not that I don't have it, but just like, damn.
Yeah. It's like once you start spending your money on things that is bringing you more money, you get less and less like, oh, I need to get this and that, because you like, dang, this is not even bringing me money back.
I'm just giving it
away.
Like,
I still like nice things regardless, but it's like ever since I've learned, and I think that's always the changing point for a lot of people, is like once you get that first taste of spending your money on something that's bringing money back to you,
it's such a good feeling. It's a high.
It's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling that you like you think twice about spending your money on anything else.
For real.
Even when it comes to like eating good, ever since I started like eating better, like I think twice about spending my money. I don't even buy like fast food, and like if I eat Chick-fil-A, it's because I'm in an airport. Like I just needed something quick. But it's like ever since I started buying food or just like spending my money on foods that like make me feel better, like I think twice about buying things that I know is gonna weigh me down. Like even alcohol, honestly, I do not like drinking alcohol or even spending my money on it. Like I don't.
That's how I feel about weed. Oh, I hate spending my money on weed.
If it's not something that's lifting me up, if it's not something that's lifting me up, like vacation, or that's really all I want to spend my money on. Vacation,
it's an experience,
and investments.
And sometimes vacations, shit. My vacation, I just went on after Atlanta. It opened up. It seemed like it's money in there, mother. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like when you're aligned, you get what I'm saying? When you start to move in that purpose, and you open your eyes to all the opportunities, it's like, damn. And then this is the other video I wanted to bring up. This video,
I never even thought I would be like interested in like. I've always looked at homes and like interior stuff, and like my dad has been in real estate, and I've always been like a creative person and stuff. But like I've never thought that I would be doing like Airbnb or like property stuff, and then it'll also like be. I mean, it's also related to what I want to do with my own business. So it's just
it's all a full circle moment.
It's all coming together.
For sure. And also I wanted to bring up this video that Rick Ross, and he was just like, I don't care how long a project gonna take. I just don't want to waste no time. That's me. If we bring up the idea, let's start working on it. I don't care if it's gonna take a year to build. I don't care if it's gonna take 2 years to build. Because right now, a project just got presented to me that's gonna take maybe like 2 years to build. Although I want it to be up by tomorrow, it's probably gonna take 2 years to build. So
Rome was not built in a day.
It's probably gonna take a year or two to build because we gotta wait for other projects to end, and but just I don't want to waste no time. Like, let's get started on it today. Because this next project we working on, I'm bringing Alana in with it too. It's so many steps. It's some big shit, bigger than some big shit. The biggest shit I ever done worked on, right? And so it's gonna require so much. But even though it might take us a year or two to just even get the groundwork laid out, let's start today. Still, I'm like, Alana, this is a long-term investment, but can we start on the logo now? Let's start playing with this now. You get what I'm saying? That way, when we present it to investors to get money, like, start now. Just because you like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to do this for another 2 years, don't mean to start the process in 2 years. It means by year 2, whenever everything is aligned, you super ready because you did all the back end work already. Yep. So I don't care how long it takes. Just don't waste no time. If you want to get invested into anything, don't waste no time. You get what I'm saying? Time is of the essence. Not that you got to rush it. You don't have to rush it to get done.
Anything that's rushed looks rushed. And that's the thing I've seen a post too. Like I always see things about, especially Rick Ross. I think he said it. Like he wants to make sure that he moves correctly. Like that's me. I don't care how long a process is going to take because I want it to look good. I want it to be as perfect as possible, and I want to take my time and really learn, and I just want to move correctly. I don't want to move quickly. I don't want to rush anything. I want to move correct though. Period. Because when that time comes, you're gonna know that you move correct and you put in the time to really perfect it and learn it. Of course, consistency is gonna get you that perfection. Anyway.
For sure. Those are my lessons. Those are major lessons that stuck out to me this week. And does Alana have a wild tweet of the week?
I haven't been on Twitter like that. Let me go look.
Let me see. I ain't got no tweets. I barely been on Twitter.
I haven't been on social media that much. Like I've really been taking a big step back from social media.
No wild tweet of the week.
I mean, I said toast to the good life even when the camera's off, everything's still.
That's not a wild tweet. That's honest.
I mean, that's what I'm
saying. We keep doing fly shit when the camera's cut.
That's it. That's it. That ain't a wild tweet, but it's a flex. It's a
slight flex, but okay.
Right, exactly.
No, exactly. But for real, the cameras don't even be on for most of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm gonna plug myself real quick. Legendary is having a 50% off sale, and we're also having buy one get one free accessories until Monday. What's this? Labor Day, Memorial Day. Monday at 11:30 p.m. is when the sale ends. This will be dropped on Sunday. So when you hear this, we do have to rush out a little bit. You got 24 hours to get y'all stuff together. So anything that you wanted from the boutique, 50% off. You just got to spend $50 or more, technically. So if you got a $50 purchase, you're going to end up spending $25. But yeah, plug. This outfit, legendary, y'all. This outfit is on there. It also comes in gray. Like, we got some cute stuff that's on sale as we prepare for the summer and spring inventory. So, yeah, that's my plug.
Go shop Legendary, y'all. Legendary for the baddie.
And if you want to initiate the baddie within yourself, do that. I also want to do some type of, like, women empowerment something. I was thinking earlier because I want to have a physical event. So a baddie brunch may be coming soon because I want to do an event before I leave.
I want to do it.
Duh. You don't have a choice. Anything I do, like, my family knows how I am. Anything that I do, any project, event, especially event, my family knows y'all are on the clock. Like, if I'm having an event, you're coming and you have to work.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm low-key an assistant without being an assistant.
Everybody. My mama, my daddy, Lauren. Everybody knows.
It doesn't matter.
When you have a creative in your family, please know, like, you are a part. Regardless if you want to be or not, you're in it. You're in it.
I just want to work on the interactive stuff. That's it.
Of course. We'll talk about it. But yeah, y'all.
I don't want to work, though. I want to be a part of the event.
Cross that bridge when it comes. Anyways, we love you guys. Episode 9. Was this episode 9?
Yeah,
episode 9. Dang, we got 3 more episodes to the end of this season.
Yeah, the season's almost
4 more
over.
episodes.
Yeah, and I'm excited for what's to come of the next seasons. This has been a fun. Like this has been my favorite episode so far.
And next season we're gonna bring guests in. We just wanted y'all to get to know us first. Before we bring in new people. Like, y'all got to know us. Before we bring people in, y'all got to really know our energy and know it to the core. And we're only bringing people in that's solid, that's honest, that we genuinely fuck with. No randoms.
Yeah.
You know?
No randoms.
But we got some guests lined up.
And we can have some people that we don't really know that well, but just
I don't want to talk to them.
To have stuff going on and just...
I don't want to present nobody to the people that we don't know. Because what if they really not solid?
What if it's somebody who... No, I'm saying, what if it's somebody who's like... Who has like a... I don't know. What if it's Alexia? Right.
Okay. Well, we follow her. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's what I'm saying. If we follow them and they have some... Or even the boy Zay, who like has a clothing line and like his own tequila.
Oh, yeah. That would be a good person to bring on.
Like,
okay.
We don't know them personally, but we...
Know them a little bit. Yeah, but it's gonna be people that we can stamp as solid.
Yeah, definitely. You know? It's definitely gonna be some people that we can be like, all right, this is a solid person. Y'all gonna get to know them and follow them, see what they're doing. So, but we appreciate y'all as always. This has been a fun episode.
Yes, and
we're gonna do Saturday.
Kick it with Jones House.
This is working.
This is working. This is the vibes. Okay. So yeah. If you're in Atlanta, book with Jones House. The link is in my bio. It's in Alana's bio.
The link is also in my bio.
Yeah, so yeah, book with us.
And I'll be dropping, I'm going to drop the logo for Jones House today. And I'm also going to drop the pictures of Crystal and tag her. So if y'all ever need a real estate photographer, go to her. If y'all need an Airbnb in Atlanta, y'all know it's in Midtown.
Period. We love y'all. See y'all next week. Or in 2 weeks.
See y'all next week.